This is my 4th day of uploading in a row. Like, Jesus. Wow. I am proud of myself. Didn't think I could do it, but we're pulling through. If you guys haven't seen the other videos I've made so far this week, it's been a couple episodes of Talk Malcolm Talk and one video about Roman Reigns and his WrestleMania opponent possibly. So go check those out and turn on post notifications. That way you guys can see every video when they're uploaded, because sometimes they're only set to occasional. So go ahead and put them on like all the time. That way, you know, you can see my face every single day of this week and then going on in the near future. But a lot's been going on in pro wrestling. So what's up, YouTube? My name's MuscleManMalcolm and welcome to Talk Malcolm Talk. Let's talk. Unfortunately, the wrestling world is now mourning the loss of King Kong Bundy. I saw the news about it around 2 o'clock in the morning. And then, of course, WWE and a bunch of other places are now picking up the story. But yesterday afternoon, King Kong Bundy unfortunately passed away. To say the man had an incredible career doesn't even give him justice. Actually, later this week, I'm not sure what day, but I'm going to upload like a whole video about his career and whatnot. But I think King Kong Bundy's actually had a really interesting career in pro wrestling that a lot of people actually don't know about. So it'll be kind of cool for myself and everyone watching and learn a little bit more about the man that was King Kong Bundy. But last night was Monday Night Raw, and man, it was actually pretty interesting. I know last week was probably one of the best Raws in like years. The Shield is back together. It was kind of expected, but man, the ovation that Roman Reigns got in Philadelphia, a place that at one point hated this man's guts, is now cheering and praising him. That was incredible. The Philly crowd just turned face, and I love it. But then Fastlane is going to be the Shield versus Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, and Baron Corbin. Also, I can't like Braun Strowman anymore. I used to really like you, Braun. You were really cool. I'm not talking about the thing you did with Colin Just. I could care less, but I don't like the way you kind of try to kill Leo Rush.
Uh-oh, look out! Oh,
Bobby Roode and Chad Gable turned heel, costing Ricochet and Aleister Black the Raw Tag Team Championship match. I smell ladder match. Also, a heel Bobby Roode is my favorite Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode as a heel is so good. But Fastlane, it really should be the main event. Charlotte Flair is taking on Becky Lynch, and Becky, when she gets added to the WrestleMania match between Charlotte and Ronda Rousey, why does she now need to qualify for a match that she already qualified for? Y'all extra tripping on that one. It wasn't me for the vacant Raw Women's Championship, and then Ronda came out all like angry. She looked like a little Braun Strowman. But Ronda cut a promo that looked really robotic, but also like it was still kind of cool. But Ronda Rousey's a heel. I like it. She beat the holy crap out of Becky Lynch. Nothing would be better at WrestleMania than having Ronda Rousey tap out to Becky Lynch's Disarmer. Ronda obviously probably wouldn't do that because she's a whole UFC fighter, and like her tapping out to a fake wrestling move probably ain't a good look on her part. Imagine if that happened though, like, that would be dope. In one of my other Talk Malcolm Talk videos, I mentioned how WWE released their pay-per-view schedule this year, with one of those pay-per-views being in Philadelphia, where Raw was just last night, for Extreme Rules, which WWE has actually already announced some locally announced matches, with local advertising announcing that Roman Reigns is taking on Baron Corbin, and Seth Rollins is taking on Drew McIntyre. Rollins versus McIntyre actually could be a possibility if Rollins does become Universal Champion. Then a Rollins-McIntyre Extreme Rules match for the Universal title. That sounds pretty cool to me. I'm just saying, like, I would watch that. I would pay to see that, and I'm probably gonna go to Extreme Rules, honestly. When you are a wrestler, injuries are bound to happen. Not even bound to happen. It's a certainty you will get injured at some point. But there was a really big scare at the White Plains live event show in New York, where Asuka was taking on Mandy Rose, where Asuka actually ended up taking a really bad bump and she landed on like her head and neck area, as Asuka was pretty much banged up and she could not wrestle anymore. A lot of people thought that Asuka actually got a concussion, which is like one of the reasons that Mustafa Ali at one point couldn't compete in Elimination Chamber, and that stopped other superstars from competing in the ring. So WWE takes concussions pretty seriously. While Asuka wasn't able to finish up the match, she did tweet later on that she is okay, she's not injured, which is really good. A lot of people are actually putting the blame on Mandy Rose. Now, of course, like, Mandy is like pretty inexperienced compared to Asuka, but I mean, these things do happen regardless of how many years you have in the business. All it takes is one bad slip, one bad punch. Anything can honestly happen. I mean, look at someone like Samoa Joe. He ended up injuring Seth Rollins on his first night, and he's the guy that kind of ended Tyson Kidd's career. Not to say Samoa Joe's a bad worker or he's dangerous, but these things do happen. Regardless of how many years you have in the business, stuff happens. Another woman superstar that was reportedly injured was Alexa Bliss. If you guys have been noticing, Alexa Bliss hasn't been wrestling since she competed in the Women's Royal Rumble, but she's always on Raw doing talk show segments, but not actually wrestling. Rumors have been circulating that she is injured again. There's no report saying what the injury may be, but Dave Meltzer says she's dealing with physical issues. But a fan did bring this up on Twitter and tweeted to Alexa Bliss, "I hope you're cleared soon," and whatnot, where Alexa responded and said she's not even injured. She could just be saying that so people don't think she's injured, or WWE just doesn't have anything for her to do in the ring, kind of like Bray Wyatt at the moment, so they're just letting her do her talk show segments. But in news outside the WWE, Cody Rhodes had recently talked to the Wrestling Inc. podcast, where the reporter brought up a possible AEW Performance Center. Essentially, Cody wasn't against the idea of having a Performance Center for AEW, but also knows that's far from actually happening. I mean, look at it. They haven't had a show yet. Let them get through Double or Nothing first. Where Rhodes responded with the following: I have access to a really good facility here in Atlanta. I have a really good facility that's called the One Fall Power Factory that the AEW coordinator Mike, he also is a coach there. It will be a launch out to do a feeder system versus maybe having some sponsored trainees instead. People don't talk about how great OVW was near enough because we didn't have 4 rings and Shawn Michaels teaching us. Now this does make a lot of sense. AEW again is a brand new promotion. Having the idea of trainees going to schools around them, or maybe they pull trainees from different schools, is a pretty smart idea, which other wrestling promotions are currently doing as well. Take Ring of Honor for example. So they do have the ROH dojo in Baltimore, Maryland, but the dojo does have a partnership with different schools around the country, with 4 wrestling schools to be exact, which is the Team 3D Wrestling Academy in Florida, the Power Factory in Georgia, the Monster Factory in New Jersey, and the MCW Training School in Joplin, Maryland, which is where I start training soon. Oh, we looking at Ring of Honor already. We are fast tracking ourselves to a match with Jay Lethal very soon, ladies and gentlemen. Recently, Major League Wrestling announced that Jim Cornette is actually joining the broadcast team, where he now plays a role as a color commentator for MLW. Recently, MLW just had a really big event called Intimidation Games, where Cornette made his debut for the promotion. You could watch the entire show itself on MLW's YouTube channel for free. Free! Yeah, I know, you already go and check it out right now. Where the main event was the MLW World Heavyweight Championship with Tom Lawler defending the title against Low Key. I'm not going to tell you what happens, but it's a good match. You should really check it out. And the final news comes with Ty Dillinger. So Ty Dillinger was recently released by the WWE, but he recently just announced a bunch of appearances he's gonna start doing now. So if you guys live in the area, you can go check out Sean Spears, which is the name he now wrestles under. With the following dates starting on May 31st for Creative Pro Wrestling. Then on June 5th, he'll be at Beyond Wrestling. Then on June 14th, he'll be wrestling Impact Wrestling star Moose for Atomic Wrestling. June 15th, he'll be making an appearance at APW Bay Area Bash. Then on July 6th, he'll be returning back home to Canada as he wrestles for Smash Wrestling. Sean Spears, you are doing your thing, aren't you, buddy? Wow. Do you have a booking email address? Because I wonder if he allows Skype interviews. I think I know what I'm about to go do right now. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you really enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, share, or subscribe, and I'm gonna go send a little email. Yeah. See you guys later.